Okay, so next topic is the test of correlations or the Pearson R. Okay, so in here we are learning objectives, calculate, interpret correctly the test of correlation such as the Pearson R. Okay, or the Pearson's product moment correlation test, in which this in statistics correlation assesses the strength of the associations between the variables that usually in here class ang data meron ka is could be a interval or a ratio. Okay. Okay, plus this correlation or this Pearson is kung ang chi-square is a non-parametric test, this Pearson's R is a parametric test. Okay, in which in here, plus no, okay, this is used to test or measure the degree of the relationship or yung the correlation of coefficients between the two sets of data given. Okay. This Pearson's product moment correlation test is also known as the Pearson's R, as in the Greek letter rho. The value of correlation coefficient scales from -1, the perfect negative correlation, to +1, or the perfect positive correlations, with 0 indicating that there is no correlation between the two data sets. Okay, so ito class yung correlations coefficient. Okay, this table, it lists the correlation coefficients and the corresponding degree or strength of the correlation. Nabanggit na nung una, kapag 0, yung correlation coefficient plus this is pertaining na walang correlation or walang relationship yung dalawang data. Okay, or the two sets of data. Kapag positive plus okay, kapag positive negative 0.01 to negative 0.01 to positive 0.20, it pertains that there is a low or very low strength or very low correlations of the two sets of data. Okay, the negative 0.21 to positive 0.40 is slight correlation of the two sets of data. The positive negative of 0.41 to 0.70 gives a moderate correlation, or there is a substantial relationship of the two data given. Okay. Positive negative 0.71 to 0.90, it would be a high correlations or high relationship of the two given data. Okay. Tapos natatandaan dito class, kapag negative, this gives a low or low correlations or low relationship of the data. Kapag positive, okay, positive 1, it gives a perfectly positive correlation of data. Okay, so in here, class, the requirements or the assumptions in using the Pearson's R is the subjects are randomly selected, but randomly selected, and both of the population are normally distributed. Plus, in here, there is a given data na binigay. Pero ang gagamitin natin ay ito. Mas madali itong intindihin compared with the second formula. Okay, so ito yung gagamitin natin for the manual computations ng Pearson R. Okay, so these are the procedures or steps in making or in computation of the Pearson's R. Although class dito sa Pearson's R naman, there is a Excel. Okay, meron namang software na pwedeng gamitin. Okay, para ma-compute agad yung Pearson. Okay, but there is also a manually. No, pwede mo siyang gawin naman ng manual. So first, as always, you have to set the hypothesis class na you have to make a null and alternative hypothesis. Step 2, you have to set the level of significance. You also have to calculate the degrees of freedom. Okay, and degrees of freedom, kailangan mo malaman class para at least alam mo kung ano yung magiging critical value Okay, critical value for that statistical test. Okay, step 4, calculate the value of the Pearson's R using the formula given. And we have to also calculate the t-value and determine the statistical decision for the hypothesis testing. And lastly is yung conclusions if we are going to reject or accept the null hypothesis. Okay, so in this data given class, in this sample problem, okay, a rheumatologist measures and records the bone mineral density in a group of women. She has a hypothesis that the BMD decreases with age. Dito, in-assume niya na class. Okay? In-assume niya na dito na meron daw correlations yung age sa mga nagkakaroon ng BMD. Okay? And decides to use the correlation and the linear regression to explore this. Okay, so there are in this table, the age is given and the measures or the BMD. Okay, so if we are going to use a Excel, ito, no, yung madali lang class, no, as in siya na yung bahalang magko-compute para doon sa data or doon sa sample problem. So ganun lang ulit, you have in Excel, okay, you have to input the data given. Okay, you have to input the data given. And then you have to select the data tools or the data or data analysis. Tapos isa-select mo is the correlation. Okay, since correlation test ang sa Pearson's R natin. Okay. And then after ng data analysis class, ayan. Okay, it gives this value, no? The negative 0.89125 for the following one. But class, kapag manual computations, no? For example, that we don't have a software for that. Okay, so these are step-by-step procedures. After you have to make a hypothesis, no? Or set up the hypothesis for Pearson's R. So yung ating null hypothesis that there is no significant relationship between the data sets. Or it could be stated otherwise as the correlation is 0. Okay, the alternative hypothesis is the correlation is not 0. Okay, or there is a significant relationship. And then step 2, level of significance is 0.05 plus. As always, laging tatandaan, ang level of significance na ginagamit in statistics 95% or this 5% level of significance. Pero kapag human sample nga, ang ginagamit is yung 99%. Okay, yung 99% or the level of significance, yung margin of error of 1. Yung 10. Sorry. Yung margin of error na 10. But in here, lagi class sa atong Pearson's is the level of significance 0.05. Okay, so step 3 is yung degree of freedom para malaman mo yung magiging, ano yung select mong critical value. Okay, in here class, magkaiba to siya doon sa chi-square test. Sa chi-square test, kasi doon ay categorical. Okay, at doon ay kailangan mo munang compute yung rows tsaka yung columns dito, isa lang class, no? Dito sa Pearson's, ang degree of freedom dito class computations is yung kung ilan yung data given minus 2. Okay? At kung ilan yung data given, yes, 10 yan. Okay? Kasi dito, yung data class ay 10. Okay? 10 tapos minus 2. So, our degree of freedom is 8. Okay? So, referring to the table for the sorry, hindi ko ata nakalagay dito. Ayan, yun, magpo-provide ako, no? Yung T critical, okay, degree of freedom, hanapin mo yung number 8 doon, and then, pupunta ka doon sa probability value or yung level of significance na 0.05, and then you will get, or you will find this critical value. Positive or negative, 2.306. Okay? Okay. Step 4 in the Pearson's R is compute for the value of the Pearson's, no, using yung formula na binigay. Okay, yung formula, yung unang formula class. Okay, yun ang gagamitin natin. Okay. So in applying that, class, papansin niyo merong summation. Okay, doon sa computation. So kailangan ninyong i-total na yung mga data given. Okay. Okay. So in here, based on the formula given, okay, so the correlations, the 10, which is yan yung kung ilan yung data given, and then the summation of the x and y, yung isang data tsaka yung isang data. Okay, yung age at saka yung DMD na data. And minus the data or the summation of the x data multiplied to the summation of the BMD data or the Y data. Okay? Divided by to the square root of the N, kung ilan yung data frequency or ilan yung observed data, multiplied to the squared of the X value. Okay? Multiplied to the squared of X value. Okay? Minus to the, okay, yung summation ng ating X value squared. Then, multiplied again to the, yung ating frequency, yung 10 data na binigay. Okay? Tapos, multiplied to the X and Y value. Sorry, the Y squared. Ito. Yung Y squared value. Yung summation of this Y squared value. Plus, nandito naman, ito is pag in-square mo yung given data. Okay, paano siya nako-compute is, kaya yung pansinin nyo yung 2. Okay, it pertains of the square of the data. Okay. So, susundin nyo lang class yung binigay na value. Okay, and yun, lagi nyo check yung formula. Although in here, class sa Pearson niya, ipoprovide ko naman yung formula para dito, para sa exam niya tomorrow. Okay. And then, lagi class huwag kakalimutan yung rules in doing the mathematics, no, na kailangan pag ganito is unahin mo muna yung mga nasa loob ng bracket. Okay? Unahin mo muna yung sa loob ng bracket, saka mo sila ipag-multiply. Okay? Tapos, kunin mo muna yung square root and then saka mo gawin yung division. Okay? Tapos, ang ating Pearson's value daw is negative 0.891. Okay? So, meron ka na nung Pearson value. Okay? So, in step 5, in order to make a decision on the significance of the relationship, we need to determine the value of T. Okay? So, the Pearson square root of the n minus 2 divided by to the 1 minus r squared. O yung squared ng ating Pearson's value. Okay? So, this and the given, ito yung ating Pearson's value. Then, yung 10 is yung data, kung ilan yung data na binigay. Minus 2, tapos divided by to the 1, which is constant, minus, since dito class ay kailangan mong squared. Okay, so kailangan mo ng squared yan, and then, you have to, after mo ma-squared, saka mo na gawin yung minus. Okay, and then, so, ayan, after mo magawa, yung multiplication or the squared of the value, ayan, you have to do the subtraction and then ito yung sagot, no? The next computations is the value of the Pearson's squared of 8 divided by the 0.206. Okay, so makuha mo on this class is ito. Okay, and then saka mo na yung square root of na to. Yeah, so magiging multiplied. Okay, the T is equal to yung ating Pearson's value multiplied by 6.3. Okay, so equals to the negative 5.55. So, ang ating T critical value is positive or negative 5.55. So, there's always a rule, class, no? If the T computed is less than to the T critical value, you have to accept the null hypothesis. Okay, you have to accept the null hypothesis. If the T computed plus, okay, if the T value computed is greater than or equal to the T critical value, you have to reject the null hypothesis. Okay, so in here, di ba, ang ating T computed value is negative 5.55, that this falls outside the critical value, the T critical value, since ang ating T critical value ay positive or minus 2.306 at a significance level of 0.05. Therefore, we have to reject the null hypothesis. Kasi mas mataas yung value ng na-compute natin na T value in Pearson kaysa dun sa ating T critical value. Okay? So our conclusion, the correlation coefficient or the Pearson R is negative 0.891, indicates that there is a significant high negative correlation between the age and BBM of the patient. Ibig sabihin na depende daw sa age yung intensity ng bone disease. Okay? So yan, class, in conclusion, kaya meron yung table. Ayun, ito. Okay? So yung ating Pearson's class ay, yung correlation coefficient natin ay nandito. There's a high correlation. Okay, nakukuha po. Okay, class, kapag positive yan, sa conclusion ang ilalagay, there is a significant high positive correlation. Okay, clear tayo?